Hello everyone, my name is Davina Wirt with Advent Broadcast Network, and I'd like to welcome you all to our Technology and Science News Report. Today we will be discussing China's massive 5G network, which puts them in the #1 spot in the world as far as network size, how Germany plans to increase the number of charging stations for the electric vehicles, and where we see the internet in the next 50 years. Stay tuned. China is now home to the world's largest 5G network. Services were launched for what is said to be the next generation of wireless technology last Friday by the country's 3 state-run telecom operators. China Mobile, China Telecom, and China Unicom are all offering 5G plans that start as low as $18 for 30 gigabytes of data per month, giving internet users in China access to extremely fast service. 5G commercial services are now available in 50 cities all over China. Both the United States and South Korea launched 5G services in select areas earlier this year, but China's commercial network is by far the largest, according to Bernstein Research, giving the country the upper hand over the technology global revolution. The scale of its network and the price of its 5G services will have a pivotal impact throughout supply chain, Bernstein analyst Chris Lane said in a research last week. Thanks to excessive smartphone usage, China has more mobile internet users than any other country, with about 850 million people using their smartphones to surf the internet, according to Chinese state news agency Xinhua. If you didn't know, 5G is the 5th generation mobile network, expected to advance the mobile network to not only interconnect people, but also interconnect and control machines, objects, and devices. It will deliver new levels of performance and efficiency that will empower new user experiences and connect new industries such as transportation, education, entertainment, and much more. The other mobile network generations are 1G, 2G, 3G, and 4G. 1G delivered analog voice, 2G introduced digital voice, 3G brought mobile data, and 4G LTE entered the era of mobile internet. How exciting is that? Although there are many new systems and applications emerging on a daily, only time will tell what the full effect of 5G networks will be. Charging stations in Germany. Germany is expected to have 1 million charging stations for electric cars by year 2030, Chancellor Angela Merkel stated this past Sunday, which was the day before her meetings with the car industry on how to speed up the conversion to low-emission battery-powered vehicles. For this purpose, we want to create 1 million charging points by the year 2030, and the industry will have to participate in this effort. This is what we will be talking about, Merkel stated. Germany now has just 20,000 public charging stations, but plans to rapidly increase those numbers as years progress. Stephen Will, the Prime Minister in Lower Saxony, where major car company Volkswagen is based, said he would like to see commitments for 100,000 public charging points in place by 2020. Weil is a board member at Volkswagen, which is dedicated to converting to battery-fueled vehicles, yet needs to see an advance in charging infrastructure in order to ensure the most success. Potential buyers have expressed the lack of fuel infrastructure as a reason to avoid electric cars. The meeting conducted on November 4th marked the second on the issue that requests quicker action so that Germany's transport sector can aid meeting national emissions targets. Aside from electric options and contracts to gas, diesel-driven vehicles, the government plans to explore those run on hydrogen fuel cells, with the government and the car industry sharing the expenses of subsidies to increase buyers for both. Merkel stated that the government's original goal was to preserve jobs making cars and parts, as it's no secret that it takes fewer employees to build electric cars than conventional ones. Weil said Germany should prepare to arrange support and compensation for short-term working should the industry become overstaffed. He also said that rental and property sector legislation needed to be simplified to pave the way for more public and home charging stations. He ended with stating, an extremely demanding time lies ahead the German automobile industry that must be accompanied by active policymakers. What is the future of the internet? October 29th marked the 50th anniversary of the internet. In the 50 years since its creation, the web has immensely impacted human existence. From how we wage war to how we share joy, it's unimaginable how much the web has transformed life in such a short time frame. The questions needing answers now are, what will our digital world look like in another 50 years? How will we solve the challenges that we are currently facing around privacy and data protection? And should we be optimistic or fearful for our constant changing digital world? In an article published on popularmechanics.com, these questions were asked to a variety of experts, researchers, scientists, engineers, and futurists. The answers we got back were quite interesting. Judith Donis, a researcher for the Berkman Klein Center at Harvard University and author of the book The Social Machine, stated, "Gone will be the keyboards, the mouse, and the screen." Mike Liebold, a senior researcher at the Institute of the Future and at Apple's Advanced Technology Lab in the 1980s, wrote that in the near future, everyone will be wearing augmented reality glasses and use that to interact with their environment, implying the web will appear in the real world, not just on a glass screen. Every time you use smart assistant technologies like Alexa, you are giving billion-dollar companies such as Amazon, Google, and so many more personal information about who you are. Lee Rain, Director of Internet and Tech Research at the Pew Research Center, stated, "There's a trade-off. Experts believe that we will sacrifice more of our autonomy and privacy for the sake of convenience." The article also mentioned that everyone wanted to be optimistic that the future of the internet would mean better communication, more convenience, and a healthier world, but the reality is most of this optimism came with a lot of caveats and qualifiers. Toby Negrum from Wikimedia Foundation stated that we're in the adolescence of the internet at its best, and we still have a long way to go to really comprehend what it all means. It's safe to say how we deal with the progression of technology and what the future holds for us in this new digital age may result from how we act as humans today. That's it for our Science and Technology Report. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in today. Please make sure to like, comment, and share each and every video that you enjoy so we can continue to spread the love. Also be sure to follow us on all social media networks, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Advent Broadcast Network. I'd also like to take this time to ask for prayer and support. If you're able to give a love donation in any way, whether it be financially or spiritually, we will appreciate it, and thank you so much for your support. We're live from Houston, Texas. My name is Davina Works with Advent Broadcast Network. Thank you. Be blessed.